usual move, or normally you play something different?
No, it's the first time I played it, and I just wanted to try something a bit different. And I spent a bit of time checking this variation today. It's played quite often by Tiviakov. So actually,
Did you try to surprise your opponent?
yeah, of course. I mean, I was hoping that he wouldn't be very familiar with this line. Although he played a few games with it against Judith Polgar, I think a few years ago in the World Cup, in their match. And yeah, I didn't think he played very convincingly there. And actually, he repeated the same line that he played there. So bishop c4, castle, castle, h3, a6. Yeah, here I was looking also at knight e5. It's one of the critical moves. b5, I think, is probably best. Bishop b3, knight c6. And you know, there's something like bishop f4, queen d4, some complications. And I think black should equalize. Actually, there's many options for white, but what he did seemed possible, but not very, I don't think it was very dangerous for black. So bishop b3, bishop b7. Bishop, again, if knight e5, then knight c6, I think. And it's actually a better version.
For black?
Yeah, for black. Yeah, I think c5 is a good move. And he took, he has to. And the point behind c5 was if knight e5 here, which looks very logical to put pressure on f7, then there's knight d7 is quite a strong move. Knight d7. And I thought black is okay here. Because if knight d7, queen g5, then I'm attacking on g2, so he can't take the rook on f8. Yeah, because of g2, so I think I'm good here.
Knight f6 something,
or g3 probably. I was looking at it in here, I think rook a d8 is quite strong. Because taking on e7 isn't really possible. For a few reasons, I think. So this was good, and the move he played made some sense. So I just played normally, e6, but I'm very solid here, and I don't see any point to his position. There's no targets for him.
yes, so you are quite happy with what you get?
Yeah, at least I felt I'm not worse, and I thought my position is more comfortable to play.
When did you feel that you get an advantage, let's say,
Well,
at the moment?
I mean, here I felt like white is already playing to equalize. Because I just play knight b6 and I have the d5 square in any case. And a4, b4 is very good for black, so I didn't see a clear move for him. But objectively, I think black shouldn't really be better, because white is very solid also. So, yeah, maybe I could have put more pressure on him, but I think what I did is pretty logical. Yeah, okay. I mean, he's basically equalizing here. But he was a bit low on time, so I decided to just, you know, play around and see what happens.
But okay, actually some masters told me that in the long term, let's say this bishop might be better than knight, so maybe black still have some
yeah,
chances.
it could be, but I think if white just waits around, there's not much black can do. So he played pretty much normally, and only after h5 I think he blundered with c4.
Yes, it was quite a strange sacrifice.
No, I think the idea was he wanted to play bc4, knight c4. At least his original intention. And after bishop d5 to play b3. And I think he missed rook c4. At least, I mean, this is all I can imagine that he missed. And I win a pawn with good chances to win, I think. King d6. Although I'm not really sure what he missed, but it might have been this.
So he had to not postpone down.
Yeah, but on the other hand, it's not really simple for black because my bishop is not very good and my king might come under attack. Yeah, so I think I played pretty normally. And yeah, this was the critical moment after rook a6. Because I was looking at a few moves, and for instance f5 was one of them.
E5 is?
No, I played e5.
You played,
I mean, the idea is just to play e5, f4 again, but I think here he has rook a7, king f6, and rook c7. And if rook g7, trying to trade rooks, then rook c8 just keeps the pin, and I didn't see anything. And one of the other moves I looked at after rook a6 was bishop b7, rook a7, rook c7, and at first I was quite happy, but here he plays rook d2. Yeah, rook b2 is a threat, and if rook c5, rook b2, and I move my bishop somewhere, then he takes in rook b5. And he equalizes. So I played e5, which looks a little bit risky and actually took some calculation, because in this position after it's all forced, it was actually nice if I played king e8. And rook d6. Rook g6. Here knight f5 is quite strong. And the point is if I take on g2 with the rook, king h3, and I'm actually getting mated here, because rook e7 and rook d8. So this was something I have to avoid. Yeah. Actually, it's quite, yeah, it's easy to get mated with black. So here f5, and the threat is f4, but actually my king is kind of getting in a mating net. So I had to at least see a few moves to be able to play this. So rook h8, rook g6 is forced. Rook h7, f4 is forced, I think. Actually, everything we did is pretty much forced. Take and bishop a4. And I mean, I look very uncoordinated, but somehow I win a pawn and I don't see a way for him to get it back immediately.
Yeah, but let's say computer suggestion was here to play g3.
Yeah, maybe it was the best. I didn't really consider it so much.
And just as we spoke about this before, some bishop d1 might be possible as well. I mean, there were some ideas, let's say, but.
Sorry, what?
Rook d7. Yeah. No, it's not. Yes, it's not working. Just after g3, let's say, maybe black should play something.
Well, maybe taking. I'm not really sure. Although knight takes. Probably white is eliminating all the pawns, but it's never so simple with this a pawn. Even if all the pawns go, then I might have some chances. But
maybe the pieces can move better.
Yeah, of course, this might have been better. I was actually, for some reason, concentrating mainly on knight g7, which looks a bit weird, but I'm just trying to attack on e5. And I mean, it's not so easy to defend king d6, knight f5 back, or something like this. I was looking at, but at least, I mean, at least I thought that I'll find something, because it's not totally clear for white. But the way he played, I think, makes no sense, because he just allows me to do everything I want, just put my king on b4 and push my pawn.
Yeah, and it was quite easy to sell the moment, but just I wonder that in the end, when you got this position, 2 pawns against rook, did you have any doubts you're gonna win this endgame?
No, I mean, I realize it has to be winning, but
still.
I mean, I have to play a bit accurately. I can't just move around. He might start pushing his pawn g4, king g3, and well, I mean, it almost always should be winning. But I decided to try to find a way to just trade some pieces before he gets coordinated. And somehow I managed that, and yeah, well, that's it.
Okay, thank you very much for your comments, and we finish our press conferences for today. Thank you for following us.
Thanks.